Vicky here with you, and today I'm here for the Take 5 Art Challenge. So this is, if you're new to my channel, this is a collaboration between, I don't remember how many we are, but many different ladies. And basically we're given 5 prompts and we need to use those to make something. So it could be anything, could be and in this time I'm going to do a journaling page. That's what I've been doing recently. I forgot to start with Happy New Year, everybody. Hope that you're all going to have a wonderful 2020, and I wish health to everybody and happiness, whatever that means to you. So for the prompts this time around, they were chosen by Amira, and so it's strips of paper, stamps, colors, images, one word for 2020. So I'm gonna start with choosing my page, because that's what I'm starting usually to do. This book here was I purchased it from Leanne, who's one of the collaborator in this in the Take 5 Art, and I've been going through the different pages and using them for Take 5 Art for a while, and I love using this book for this. I'm looking forward though to this book being finished. Honestly, like I'm done. I'm ready to move on to another book. Not that I need anymore, because I do have some. I had purchased another one from Leanne, which I haven't been able to use yet because I'm working on this one. So maybe I'm going to use this because I'm going to cover this up. So first of all, what I'm thinking of doing is gluing down. I've got tons of envelopes, so I need to start using them, and I figured that this would be a great opportunity to use some. So I get envelopes from the people at work, give me the envelopes that come in, and so I use those afterwards to make stuff. So like for example this one, so I thought maybe some of this could be my strips of papers, and I could go and cover this up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I use my glue stick. Actually, should put something, let's put another envelope behind, so this way my pages don't get glued together, because that's happened before. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and that you're having the opportunity to spend family time, whether it be with your furry friends or with friends or with human family members, and that you're enjoying yourselves. I've been lucky enough this year to be off for the full of the holidays, so I'm really taking full advantage of this, which is amazing, because this way I'm gonna get to be able to do more crafting, and I'm hoping to do videos for you guys through this process, through me being off. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to actually film some ahead. I've set myself a goal, but I don't know if it's going to pan through or not, but I would like to have at least, three videos a week. And if I can do more, fantastic, but at least 3. For sure there's going to be one with the card making, and then the rest, it depends on inspiration, right? So I'm hoping that I'm gonna make some ahead, and then this way I have some to fill up if I want, because as you will see, my word for 2020 will keep me busy, but in a good busy. So I'm trying to find other pattern of envelopes that I would have that are also in the grays. Those are all the same. Ah, found another one. So I love using envelopes. If you don't know that about me, well, now you found out. It's a really cheap way of having supplies, especially since they're free, you know. People usually throw them away, and in this case I reuse. There's such fun patterns on them that you really can do a lot with them. It's funny because a lot of people don't notice envelope patterns, but once you start telling them about it and they pay attention, they realize that there's so many, and they're like very surprised. So actually, the smart thing to do would have been this. So let's do the smart thing instead. Here. So that means I'm going to have a strip over there. That's not going to be covered. I have another type of design. I do. I'm going black and white because afterwards, one of the items to use is color. I'm going to be using the color on top of this. So I'll put this here, and that should take care of that. I have to put it a bit lower. Okay. So I want to start journaling more, like art journal like this more in 2020. I've missed it. I want to get into the habit of trying to do a bit of art every day like I used to. Doesn't have to be a long period of time, just a bit, but you know, like to get yourself going. So I find that if I kind of force myself to sit down at my desk and do something, whether it be collaging paper together or whatever. Once I get going, it's very enjoyable, and usually inspiration will just come. But I need to be present for inspiration to come, if you understand what I mean. Okay, so that was a smart move. I'm impressed with myself, if I may say so myself, because usually I would not have thought of this. I see an envelope can be very useful, and the fold is just perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to cut around the edge before I continue to the next page. There's always one page that is easier to cut than another. Put that away. So that's what I mean by it. There's always one way that is easier to cut than another. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing ever is perfect, especially in art. Okay. And then let's use some more of that, of this one. We'll keep the stamp. I figured that one day there's not going to be that many envelopes anymore, because a lot of people pay us via ACH and don't send invoices via the mail anymore. And so I'm very conscious of that. So I figure my stash of envelopes will come to an end eventually. Don't know when exactly, but it's bound to happen. So I'm very, it's hard for me to throw them away, because I know even if I have a lot, and by throwing away I mean putting in the recycling bin, don't get me wrong, I don't put them in the garbage, but so it's hard, because I feel like it's paper, and paper is precious, and eventually they probably won't, you know, be sending much. I actually read I was watching a YouTube channel that I really like, but the lady, it's about, you know, zero waste and stuff like that, and the lady was saying how she doesn't like people to send her Christmas cards, because she finds that it's very wasteful. And I can I understand where she's coming from, and that it takes energy to send the mail and stuff, but honestly, the idea of not getting any more Christmas cards and no more Happy Mail is just kind of sad to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me it feels sad. It feels sad that, you know, that human contact through pen and paper. Maybe because, you know, I'm mixed media, so I love paper so much. It's kind of hard to imagine not having it, and not having the pen and the paper, and the pleasure of the touch, and I feel like, you know, when it's physical, paper, you've got the smell, you've got the feel, you've got the sound when you actually tear it. The only thing you don't have is the taste. Unless you lick your papers, but I doubt that you do that. Okay, we've got one tiny little piece left that's needed. And I'm going to use that. And so my strips of papers is done. And I think I've used more than one, so I'm covered on that aspect of things. So let's put all these away. Now, one of the things that we were supposed to use is images. So I'm thinking of using this camping image, and the reason for that, it fits with what I'm gonna tell you is my word of the year. But I want to wait a bit. I'm wondering if you're gonna get the word by yourselves or if you're gonna guess it properly. So I think I'm gonna put the full picture. Something like this. I had to search a lot through my images to find one that fit with my word, because it didn't really fit with my concept of what I wanted to do as a layout. Like, I don't really have a specific idea of what it's going to look like, but I have a specific idea of what I wanted to represent. If that makes sense. Okay, so then, okay, how are we doing? So I've got it. I don't have images yet, but it's coming. So one of the things that was mentioned in the prompts was stamps. Now, I understand what she means with stamps, probably stamp as in stamping, but I'm thinking of using stamps, like actual physical stamps. And it fits with my feeling of wanting to, you know, have stuff that, oh, wait, I'm gonna have to come back. I'm canning and something is about to be finished. So I'm back. So basically what happened is I've been, I made some chicken yesterday, and so I used up all the scraps. When I peel vegetables and stuff, I keep all the scraps from the vegetables in a bin that I put in the freezer. And when I've got a chicken, then I use the bones of that chicken and the scraps of vegetables, and I basically put it in a crock pot and let it simmer for the night. And this gives you a wonderful, wonderful chicken broth. So that's what I'm canning right now, because I made the broth yesterday. It was in the crock pot all night and most of the day today, and now it's time to can it. So I don't want to have the same stamp over and over. Thought I had different ones. And I like that it's going to give me texture as well. Strange, because I was sure I had brought down some other stuff, some other stamps that I had with me. And this one as well. There's this one that's pretty. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be it. Oh, there's that one too. Oh, I've got that one already. So no, I don't want Christmas. So there's Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. This one I have already. This one I have, but I don't have that one. Yeah, I don't have this one. I have this one, and I have that one, and I have that one. Okay, so these I already have, so I'm not going to be using them. Need to find a little bin for them. Okay, so I'm going to be putting these a little bit everywhere, but before I do that, I want to put a little bit of color. So one of the words was color, and I pulled out my Stabilo pencils, and I figured this with a bit of water would do the trick. And so, as in color, I'm thinking a bit of red, because it's going to fit with the letters that I want to be putting. And I think it's going to fit with the stamps as well. Just spread it with my finger. I'm going to have a messy finger, but it doesn't matter. I don't want to put too much water because obviously the envelopes are not meant to be watered. And there's obviously a lot of color in the stamps that I'm putting down, so that is there as well. Okay, so that is going to be my color. I know it's not a lot, but it didn't say how much, it just said color. Okay, I've got my beer. Let me take a sip. It's night time, and I've been quite busy, so I'm quite happy with my day. Okay, so I pulled out EK Success Sticko letters because my word is a pretty long word. My word is going to be experiences. So last year my word of the year was learning, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot of different techniques. I have also read a lot of books on art and that sort of thing. And I was discussing this with my husband, and my husband said, well, because I said, well, I really want a word of the year, and that was back in the fall, in around Thanksgiving time, Canadian Thanksgiving time, which is in October. And we were going down to Sherbrooke to my dad, and one of the things that he mentioned, and he's so right, is that we don't do a lot of stuff. Like, we don't travel a lot. We don't and it's fun to learn and stuff, but then you've got to take it to the next level. You've got to experience it. You've got to experience life. You've got to, be in the moment, try out new things. So he said the word experiences, and I thought it was very fitting. One of the things that we're thinking about doing this year is getting some kayaks, and to not the river ones that you converse with, but the ones that are like calm water kayaks type of thing, and to start doing that, and maybe go camping more, and just have fun. And so I thought he was quite right in this, because I've been, you know, doing so much but missing out on so many other things. And one of the things that I always wanted to do for when I was going to be 50, which now happened, I wanted to go and do parachute, you know, jump out of an airplane in a parachute. So that's one of the things that I want to try. There's like I said, so many things that I want to experience, and I want to continue traveling, but it doesn't have to be traveling very, very far. It can be, you know, just traveling through Quebec, the province of Quebec, or the, you know, close Ontario, or, you know, and just seeing the country, seeing the people, seeing and experience life as a whole. And so that's why this is my word of the year. And I think through this, it's also allowing me to continue learning, but at the same time experiment through this and live experiences. So and I could have put just experience, because that is fitting, but I want more than one experience. Okay, my phone is not collaborating. So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. And that's why I decided to put the camping picture, because it fits with what I just told you guys. And it also, these stamps that I'm going to be putting all over the place also fit with this, because of the fact that I want to travel more. I want to visit places. I want to try new things. So I did the technique that Annie had suggested way back when, of going backwards, because this way I make sure that it's going to fit in the page and not run out of space. Okay, so that's my word. And then now I'm going to be putting the pictures, the stamps, a little bit everywhere. I like the idea of cooking as well, and gardening. I want to continue my experiences with having, you know, making my own food, growing it. I mentioned in a blog post that I posted recently how I was really excited about preppers and that sort of thing, and I really am. I love the idea of being prepared and being able to be ready if stuff happens. And that also comes with this, because as I was watching a lot of preppers, one of the things they mention, and it's very true, is it's all good and dandy to have all the seeds in the world, but if you've never grown anything, you're not going to be able, if something happens and you need to start growing something, you won't know where to start. You won't know what to do. It's good to you know, have the stuff, but you need to learn how to use it. Otherwise, having it is going to be useless to you. And so that's also why it's important not just to listen to stuff, but to actually go through and actually experience it and live it fully. So hoping I make sense. Like I said, it fits with what I have been wanting to do. And I wish I had more stamps from other places in the world, but this will do. Only got the one from the States. I'm sure I have other ones somewhere, but I didn't want to go and search forever and a day to find them. And that is the end of that spread. So I see it's the end, but I think I might want to edge it. If I can find my black pen. I'm gonna use this one. Not fine enough. I don't know what I did with my other pens. Oh, I can use my Sharpie. This black Sharpie will do. And so this is the prompts for the month of January, but I'm doing this in December 2019. It's actually the 29th today. So that's my spread, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, the prompts are strips of papers, stamps, colors, images, and word for 2020. So my word for 2020, my images, you've got all the stamps in and their stamps. The color is the red that I've added, and the strips of paper is all the envelopes. And that's it. So I'll be putting down in the description box below the link to all the fabulous ladies. So I'm hoping you go and check them out. If you do participate, don't forget to let us know, because Kira always has a playlist and she adds the people that have participated, whether it's through a video or through Instagram. Do the hashtag TakeArt5Art, and this way we can see you. And so yeah, go and check out the other wonderful ladies and what their take on these prompts were for this year. And I hope that you guys participate in 2020 and have as much fun as we do doing these either spreads or cards or whatever your heart desires. So that's it. Bye everyone.